Hi, welcome to ARM Processor Lab. Okay, in this video, we are going to discuss one more program, that is program number 6, program to perform floating point addition and subtraction. The program 5, we are going to discuss about the floating point and what is the structure of that one. Same thing we are going to use. There we are going to perform square and a cube, and here we will perform the addition as well as subtraction. So let's see on that how we are going to that one. So last class, what we are going to take on, definitely it require a Cortex M4 processor. Okay, for the Cortex M4 processor, it will support our floating point. Our M3 processor, it will not support. That's why we're going to choose one Cortex M4 processor, that is STM32F401RE. Okay, so here it is STM32F401RE. It is a Cortex M4 CPU with floating point unit. It has this floating point unit. It should be helpful to perform floating point operations. Let's see on that. So this thing we discussed, floating point unit is nothing but, so it has some CPACR, floating point resistor, floating point status control resistors, and here it is CPACR is nothing but co-processor access control resistor. So if you want to do any floating point operation, first I need to activate my floating point unit. Now to activate my floating point unit, so we need to store some of the value in my CPACR. Then only it will be activated. Then how to activate it? That is very important question. Let's see on that. How to activate our floating point unit. Now to activate this one, once we are looking for my CPACR, it is a 32-bit byte. You can see that 0 to 31. Totally it is a 32-bit byte. So out of 32-bit, so bits number 20, 21, 22, 23rd, if I'm going to make it as a 1111, then it acts as my floating point unit, it will be activated. Okay, so if I'm going to make 1111, then if you read the values, I'll get the hexadecimal value of 00F00000. Then how to store the value of 11, that is very very important, right? Now to store this one, first I need to get the address of my CPACR. What is the CPACR address? So here it is 0x of E000ED88. It's come to under our SCB. Okay, so here if I want to store this value in the particular address, if I'm going to store this value, then automatically my value it will be my floating point unit, it will be activated. That is our intention. Okay, next thing it is, once we looking for floating point resistor bank, so totally you have, it will support my floating point both single precision as well as double precision. Single precision resistors are S0, S1, S2, S3 up to S31 you have, and each resistors are 31, 32 bits wide. And looking for a double precision is nothing but totally you get to 64 bits. Okay, that is double precision 0 to 50, but here we're looking for single precision resistors only. Okay, next. Next question it is how to convert, how to get my floating point representation of any numbers. So in the previous program also we have seen how to convert. Same way here I'll take one more example and I'll explain. So if you're looking for floating point representation, you should having a sign bit, exponent as well as mantism. I'll take an example of plus 6.25. Then how to convert 6.25, first you need to convert into a binary. And how to convert this one? 6 is nothing but 0, 1, 1, 0. Next it is remaining, it is 2.25. Then 0.25 it is multiplied by 2. Once you multiply it by 2, I'll get 0.50. 0 you take it away. Remaining thing it is 0 only, 0.50. Again you multiply it 0.50 with 2, I'll get 1.0. So now 1 you take it away, remaining it is 0.00. Again you multiply it 0.00 with the 2, I'll get 0 only. So if you take 0 away. So if you take continuously multiplied, you'll get 000 only. Now you write from top to bottom, and directly I'll get the values of 0, 1, 0. Then I'm going to write combining these two. So I'll get the value, it is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0 1 0 0 0 0 continuously it is coming. Okay, next you need to convert this value into normalization. So if we go for normalization, I need to shift this point to here after two binary digits. So if I'm going to shift here, so how what is the value I'll get? If I'm going to shift this one, next I'll get 2 to the power of minus 2 value. So if I'm going to shift this one, so next if we got 2 to the power of minus 2, then if I want to enter the value in our scientific notation, let's see how we are going to represent. First I need to find out what is the value of exponent. So we already know that if I want to find out exponent, 7f plus the power of 2 is nothing but it's 2 only, just add it to my 7f, I'll get 81. Once you added 81, it will come. Now you take the value. 8 is nothing but what? 1000, and 1 is nothing but 001. Let's see that. You just convert to binary. This value only we are going to enter in our scientific format. Let's see on that. Okay, so sine. So because of 6 point plus 6.5, 6.25, what is the value we have taken? 6.25. Because of plus, sign of the value it is directly I can taken as a 0. Next it is I'll take my exponent value. Exponent value we calculated that one 81. 81 nothing but 1000 and 001. Just directly I'm going to enter here. After that I'll take mantissa part. Then how to take my mantissa part? So already know that. So one point after that, whatever the value you have, just copy this value and paste here. And it is 100 100. Remaining all it is continuously it is coming zeros. Just fill the values of 00. Once you enter, next group the values of 444 and read this one. Once you read, so what is the value it is coming? 0100 is nothing but 4, 000 is nothing but 0, 11100 is nothing but C, 1000 is nothing but 8. Similarly, you'll get 0000. Then 6.25 in a scientific format hexadecimal value it is 40C80000. Okay, sir, why we are going to take this value directly? It is not possible to enter my 6.25. No, it is not possible. That's why we are going to convert a scientific notation and we are going to enter in my processor. Okay, so next we're looking for our intention. It is we need to find out addition and subtraction and division. So let's see on that. First, I'll take an example of 6.25 and one more. Previously, we discussed 2.5. We'll do some of the operations on that using heal. Okay, 2.5 value it is 402000. We'll take it out that. Okay, open the Keel Microvision 4 and what is the initial setups and how to get the projects, all thing you already know that in the previous video. Take it from that. So make sure that in the project window it consists of S file, C file and floating point 1, and here it is not LPC1768. We need to choose STM32F401. So this is a IC what we are going to use. Make sure that. Okay, so next here it is same thing what we are going to discuss previously. First, I need to activate my floating point unit. If you want to activate my floating point unit, first I need to get the address of floating point CPASCR. So in order to get this one R0, I loaded the address of this one. Later I'm going to copy my R. So directly it is not possible to store any value into the particular address. I have to store this one. First I copy to one R1 register. Later I'm going to store this one. We'll see that how it is executed. First save this one. You build target. Okay, next it is go to debug. Okay. Yeah. So what is the address I'm not taken? It is E00ED88. So there is no value initially here. It is our intention is I need to make the particular third bit it is an F. Then only my floating point unit will be activated. Okay. In order to do this one, let's go to the initial instruction. Go to step over. Just skip these instructions. Now you can see that LDR are not having some address. In this address I need to initialize. That's why I'll go for R0. It is some value. Just initially R0 value having some random number. Just fill this value E000ED88. Next, R1 move R1 comma 00 F00 because in order to activate my floating point in it. Okay, in order to do this one, just R1 value it is 00F000, it is loaded. Still, it is not stored in our memory location. If I want to store this value, R1 value into my memory location, right? That is our intention. In order to store, I'll go for the instruction str R1 comma R0. If I make this execution, so now you can see R1 value automatically it will go and store in your particular memory location. So by doing this process, my floating point unit it will be activated. Okay. Next, it is we're looking for once it is activated, you can see in the floating point unit in your register window. So here you can see that if you click here, I'll get S02. I already told that register S02, S31 you have, as well as floating point status control register, just like NZCV values. Easily you can see that, and also you have a floating point unit registers. We can see in the floating point numbers directly here. Okay, then, so if I want to perform an addition, a subtraction, or multiplication or division, so what we need to do here it is first I need to take numbers, two numbers. If you want to take the two numbers, how to take this one? See, if you want to get the first number, so directly it is not possible. I already told that how to get a 4068 is nothing but this is a value of 6.25. Similarly, 40200, this is the value of it is 2.5. To take these two values, and I'm going to do addition. If I want to do addition, we use the add. You can see the instruction almost the same as our lost cortex M3 instructions. What we are going to use extra thing it is looking for V as well as F32. F is nothing but floating point. 32 means 32 bit wide. What we are going to use. S stands for single precision. So what we are going to single precision registers. What we are going to do for operation. Okay. The first instruction you can see that V move dot F32 S0 comma 0 x of 40C80000. This value I'm going to store in my S0. S0 presently have a 00. Once you execute it, then it is updated as 6.2500. Then if you want to see the scientific value of this one, easily you can see here it is S0 value it is 040C8000. Okay. Next, second instruction S1 will be updated the second number. Okay, it'll go and execute this one. So I'll get 402000. It will be taken. Okay. Next, you can see the value it is 2.500. Okay. Next, it is if you want to addition. So 6.25 plus 2.5, what is the value? You'll get 8.75. If you add this one, you have an instruction of we add dot F32 S0 comma S1 added and stored in my S2. So what is the value? You'll get 8.75. It is done. Okay. Similarly, if I want to subtract this one, I'll go for S0 minus S1. If I want to subtract and result will be stored in my S3, I'll get the value of it is 3.75. Okay. Similarly, if you want to multiply these two values, you'll get the value of it is 15.625. If you want to see all scientific values of this one, easily we can visible in your FU block only. So you can see that the values of 417A00, it is the scientific value of your S4, nothing but 15.62500. Similarly, you can do any operations. If you want to perform a division also, you can perform that. Okay. So if you want to do a division, you can give the instruction is V, U, div, then easily you get executed. Okay. Thank you.